then we'll go to Rajasthan.
Okay. We follow a three-tier democracy, right?
Correct.
And you cannot take one result of one as the yardstick for another. Apart from Delhi, if you look at Kerala, there also it's the same thing happening. Wherein the LDF is the is in the state government, it's the UDF ahead in parliamentary election. So that cannot be a yardstick. Here we are looking at a person who can rule either at the state level or at the national level.
Absolutely. This is why I just wanted to put it on here. The survey carried out in all 543 Lok Sabha seats, all assembly segments and every phase was covered. All assembly segments and every phase was covered. And most important of all, 1 crore people in every assembly segment. Now
that is the largest sample size seen so far for any exit poll. Any exit poll.
Usually 500 to 1,000 per constituency. Usually.
Yes.
But this is like 18,000.
Now let's go to Rajasthan. You know, this is one state where a lot of people said election local ho gaya.
Rajasthan 19 for the BJP.
That is bad news for the Congress party if it's going to get only 4 seats in Rajasthan.
No, I think the
Though last time it was 25 out of 25 for the BJP.
And so in 2014 also 25.
So it has dipped. The numbers have dipped.
Dip. But what was expected of the Congress, I think, Karthik, you would know this better, but I think it's the Congress versus Congress thing and not able to decide. Say, for example, supporting the Adivasi party. They could not decide even on the day of the election.
The reason people thought that the Congress will do well is very simple. If you look at the election data of last 4 assembly elections, whenever Congress was losing to Bharatiya Janata Party, they would go down to 21 to 31 seats. And whenever Bharatiya Janata Party lost to Congress Party, because it has an assembly strength of 199, they would be around 61 to 70. तो लोग कहते हैं कांग्रेस हारती नहीं, लेटे जाती है राजस्थान में और भारतीय जनता पार्टी हारती है तो बैठ जाती है. But इस बार कांग्रेस पार्टी लेटी नहीं, बैठी रही. They have numbers.
Well,
they have
you can
numbers.
put it that way.
So people felt that they have some strength in the state. So I think Dr. Verma is there with me. Dr. Verma?
Yeah. Yes,
Can you please explain this Rajasthan number to us? Why has Congress gained 4 seats? The state where 25 Lok Sabha seats which BJP was sweeping. Why has this happened?
I mean, what could better explain than your explanation of Uthak and Baitak and Leta and Baitha? What the phrase that you have used? Very interesting.
Anecdotes थे एक पत्रकार के. आप analyst हैं, psychologist हैं.
But we enjoy your phrases. These are the new coinage, and it is very music to the ears. But coming to your question, Karthik, that why it has happened. Actually, you see, sometimes the narratives that are said, and these times the narratives are not only said by the political actors or the campaign people. The social media has become a very important, intruder into the entire electoral battle. And lot of narrative, false or true, whatever it is being said by the social media. And since most of the people are now used to social media and have the phones, etc., so many are, influenced by the kind of narratives that were democracy in danger, constitution will be trampled, reservation will be abolished. So these are some they did make some dent. And that's why this, depletion in the number of seats, so far as the BJP is concerned, and Congress has managed to have some seats from Rajasthan.
Okay, so let me go back to Akshay Marathi of the Aam Aadmi Party at this time. He's back with us. We had some technical difficulty with his line earlier. Akshay, the question I was trying to ask you earlier is simply this. Karthike has mentioned that this is the biggest sample size that you will ever see in an exit poll. Of course, you are entitled to question it. We are sticking by our numbers. We've looked at all the southern states. Numbers for Rajasthan and Delhi have come in. And it looks like the BJP is doing much better than expected in the south, something that the India Alliance would be very, very disappointed by. And coming back to the national capital, what keeps going wrong for the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi, the city where it is the ruling party, in one Lok Sabha election after another? Would you not agree that no matter how much you talk about your mohalla clinics and other, welfare schemes which the BJP describes as reverie and freebies, at the end of the day, people in the national capital are voting for brand Modi. They are voting for Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
No, there is no denying the fact that Narendra Modi ji has enjoyed popularity over the last 10 years. I don't think any political party in India is going to deny that fact. But what we are claiming in this election is that that brand is diminishing because the guarantees and the promises that were made to the people of
The
India
numbers
have
don't
not
say
been
so,
fulfilled.
Akshay.
And can I?
Sorry,
please
go
let
ahead.
me finish.
Yes.
I don't want to comment on your numbers. They are not the results. So let's be clear on that. You are entitled to discuss those exit polls, but I will not go and lend my voice to what I think of those numbers because I don't believe those numbers, and I have the right to believe that. But let me come to the point of why I think the BJP is losing. Look, there was a clear sense in this election that inflation and unemployment are a major problem. No, not even the BJP is going to deny that. But the problem was that when Mr. Modi was out campaigning, instead of telling people how he will solve those problems, he said, if you vote for the other side, they will steal your Mangal Sutra. If you vote for the other side, they will steal your bhais. They will steal your water taps. That is the kind of rhetoric that people were not expecting from the Prime Minister. When they heard him say that, they felt like, who is going to solve our problems?
Akshay, do you think that it was a mistake for the India Alliance not to announce a Prime Minister candidate?
No, I don't think it was a mistake at all because I think Indian voters are very mature. They know that this is a parliamentary system. It is not a presidential system.
Okay.
The BJP would like to create a presidential system because it works in their favor and they are entitled to do that. But when it comes to the opposition parties, we are an alliance of several state and several national parties come together. So all our supporters want to vote for our party, not necessarily in favor of one individual
Akshay,
or another.
powerful
We want
prime
to vote
ministers
for the
always do
idea
that. In 1971, neither I was there nor you must have been there. लोग कहते वो इंदिरा गांधी ने तो अपने बात कर लिया था. वो कहते हैं the नारा was given by actually Madhu Dandavate and George Fernandez. Actually नारा उन्होंने दिया था, स्वतंत्र पार्टी का नारा था. इंदिरा गांधी turned it around and on this Rajagopalachari had a huge fight and Pilu Modi left for Mumbai. Story है उसकी and she said कि वो कहते हैं इंदिरा हटाओ, मैं कहती हूँ गरीबी हटाओ. तो powerful prime minister make it presidential. They make it about themselves. Dr. Kaushal Kant Mishra is also with us. Kaushal Kant जी, राजस्थान में थोड़ा मजा नहीं आया. ये इशू है. नहीं लगता आपको?
देखिए कार्तिकेय जी, मैं बड़ा ध्यान से सुन रहा था और एक सवाल जो आपने पहले पूछा था कि ये ऐसा क्या हो गया जब कुछ जगहों पे राजस्थान में बीजेपी आपके पोल्स के हिसाब से, मैं उसको एक्सप्लेन करने की कोशिश करता हूँ और वो जो मैं एक्सप्लेन करने जा रहा हूँ वो यहाँ पे भी काम करेगा और जो साउथ में जो नंबर बढ़ रहा है उसको भी एक्सप्लेन करेगा. अगर वोटर ने कंट्रीहुड को, नेशनहुड को, पूरे देश को सुप्रीमेसी देते हुए अगर वोट किया है, जहां जहां भी किया है, वहां भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नंबर बढ़ेंगे और यही साउथ में हुआ है. अब आप कहेंगे कि राजस्थान में कम क्यों हुआ? जहां जहां पे लोकल फैक्टर प्रोमिनेंस में आ गए हैं, जैसे कि हम इसको ये कह सकते हैं कि हमें गैरों ने कब लूटा, हमें अपनों ने है लूटा, गैरों में कहा दम था, अपनी कश्ती वहां डूबी जहां पानी बहुत कम था. तो जो अपने का मतलब मेरा है कि जब हमारा देश का जो बहुसंख्यक है, जब वो जातियों में बटा है, जहां जहां जातियों में बटेगा वहां भारतीय जनता पार्टी लूज करेगी, ऐसा मुझे लगता है और ऐसा ही हो रहा है. पर जहां जहां यूनिफिकेशन का फैक्टर, राष्ट्रवाद होगा, नेशन होगा, डेवलपमेंट होगा, डिविसिव पॉलिटिक्स नहीं होगी, यही एक फैक्टर है. आपका पूरा पोल, मैं आपके जो भी आप कह रहे हैं, मैं उसको कोई क्रिटिसाइज नहीं कर रहा हूं, मैं उसको उसके फेस पे ले रहा हूं कि जो आप कह रहे हैं सब सही है, लेकिन यही एक फैक्टर है. मुझे लगता है अगर आप मेरे से बेहतर सोच सकते हैं, यहाँ बहुत सारे सेफोलॉजिस्ट हैं जो उसको बेहतर समझ सकते हैं. अगर फैक्टर यही मान लिया जाए कि अगर राष्ट्र को प्रथम माना जाए, जो हमारे मोदी जी कह रहे हैं कि अगले 5 साल में, 5 साल की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं वो, अगले 25 साल में 1000 साल के भारत के निर्माण की बात कर रहे हैं, तो यही एक फैक्टर है जिसकी वजह से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सीटें बढ़ेंगी. और आपका ही एग्जिट पोल नहीं, अभी आपने पूरा अधूरा दिखाया और मैं बाकी का नहीं बताना चाहता हूं, लेकिन चूंकि मेरे पास डेटा
हूं, ये जो करीब 4 या 6 सीट जो भाजपा लूज की है राजस्थान में, ये क्या वही इलाका है जहां पे किसान मूवमेंट, मतलब जो नॉर्दर्न राजस्थान है, जो मान लीजिए श्री गंगानगर से लेके चूरू होते हुए, पिलानी होते हुए, वो जो बॉर्डरिंग इलाका है हरियाणा का, क्या आपको लग रहा है कि वहीं सबसे कमजोर था कैंपेन बीजेपी का और ये जो फार्मर्स मूवमेंट का असर दिखा रहा है अभी?
मुझे नहीं लगता है, मैं इससे एग्री नहीं करता हूं। इसका बेहतर चूंकि आंकड़े आप लोगों ने लिए हैं, मैं नहीं बता सकता। पर जो मेरा फैक्टर है, जहां पर भी कास्ट फैक्टर प्रोमिनेंस हुआ होगा, जहां पर भी डिविसिव पॉलिटिक्स प्रोमिनेंस हुई होगी, वहीं पर बीजेपी कमजोर होगी। जहां पे राष्ट्रवाद, यूनिफिकेशन, डेवलपमेंट, फ्यूचर कंट्री का रखा गया होगा, वहां पर बीजेपी के नंबर बढ़ेंगे। और ये आंकड़े आप बेहतर बता सकते हैं, क्योंकि आपके आंकड़े हैं कि वो 4 जगह कौन सी हैं। अगर आप उसको रखेंगे और वहां के फैक्टर को एनालाइज करेंगे, तो जो मैं कह रहा हूं वो सही होगा। और यही वजह है कि साउथ में नंबर बढ़ रहा है। और सिर्फ आपके एग्जिट पोल नहीं, मैं कुछ नहीं बोलना चाहता, मेरे सामने 4-5 रखे हुए हैं, 5 मेरे सामने रखे हैं, और 5 में सब में मिनिमम जो दिखाया जा रहा है टोटल 373 से लेकर के 399 तक दिखाया जा रहा है। मैं वो नहीं बताना चाहता हूं, लेकिन मेरा जो फैक्टर है सिर्फ एक फैक्टर है। और जो मेरे मित्र आम आदमी पार्टी के प्रवक्ता बोल रहे थे, आप देखिए एनडी गठबंधन के जो भी स्पोक्स पर्सन है, जो भी पार्टी है, उन्होंने शुरू से लेकर नेगेटिव पॉलिटिक्स की है। एक तरफ हम कहते हैं कि हम मदर ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी हैं, हम अपनी डेमोक्रेसी को स्ट्रांग बताते हैं, ये कहते हैं डेमोक्रेसी की हत्या हो रही है, ये हमेशा नेगेटिव चले हैं। हम बात करते हैं यूनिफिकेशन की, सबका साथ सबका
मिश्रा जी,
विकास, सबका
एक
प्रयास,
सवाल आपसे
ये
पूछ
जातिगत
सकती हूँ
जनगणना करने की बात करते
मैं
हैं। जी,
नेहा
पूछिए।
हूँ स्टूडियो से, सॉरी
जी।
आपको इंटरप्ट करने के लिए, लेकिन क्योंकि आप देश को जोड़ने की बात कर रहे हैं, आप कह रहे हैं कि ऑपोजिशन का बड़ा नेगेटिव कैंपेन रहा। अब ऑपोजिशन तो ये कहती है कि भाई बीजेपी एक तरफ से तो देश को जोड़ने की बात करती है, लेकिन आप अगर कैंपेन देखें किस तरह का रहा, तो हिंदू, मुस्लिम, मंगलसूत्र, मुजरा, ये सब इतना बार बार क्यों सुनने को मिला फिर हमें?
नेहा
वो
जी,
तो इसे डिविजन
हिंदू
मानते
मुस्लिम-
हैं।
नहीं, मैं आता हूं आपकी बात पे। नेहा जी, आप देखिए फर्स्ट फेज में जब बात हुई थी, फर्स्ट फेज में केवल हम विकास की बात कर रहे थे, हम आंकड़े गुनाते थे। कोई भी पोल, कोई भी चैनल होता था तो आप लोग ही बोलते थे कि नहीं, ये तो सब आप डेवलपमेंट के आंकड़े गिना रहे हैं। ये लोग बार बार बेरोजगारी, महंगाई की बात करते थे। अगर बेरोजगारी, महंगाई के भी आंकड़े को भी हम मिला लेते हैं, तो पिछले साल के 10 साल की सरकार देखें और अभी के 10 साल के देखें, महंगाई के आंकड़े और बेरोजगारी के आंकड़े दोनों इनसे बेहतर हैं, अच्छी कंडीशन में है। उसके बाद इन्होंने, जब अगर कांग्रेस अपने घोषणा पत्र में ये लिख करके लाता है कि वो बहुसंख्यकों का वाद को खत्म करेगा, वो ये लाता है कि रिडिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी करेगा, वो ये लाता है कि जिसकी जितनी संख्या बारी उसकी उतनी हिस्सेदारी करेगा, ये लाते हैं कि मुस्लिम को रिजर्वेशन देंगे, माइनॉरिटी नहीं मुस्लिम को रिजर्वेशन देंगे। और अगर इनका इतिहास, जब से कांग्रेस की सरकार आजाद भारत में, चाहे हिंदू कोड बिल लाए हो, यूसीसी ना लाए हो, चाहे साहबानो केस को पलटने की बात रही हो, चाहे गो हत्या वाला मामला रहा हो, चाहे आप इसके अलावा आगे बढ़ते हैं तो चाहे आप माइनॉरिटी कमीशन एक्ट बनाया गया, माइनॉरिटी कमीशन एक्ट को बना करके हिंदुओं को डिवाइड किया गया, उसमें सिख जोड़ा गया, जैन जोड़ा गया, उसमें बौद्ध जोड़े गए, और माइनॉरिटी कमीशन के चेयरमैन उन्होंने 7-8 जो बनाए सब मुस्लिम बनाए। तो जो इनका इतिहास है वो ये बताता है कि इन्होंने केवल एक राजनीति की है कि हिंदुओं को जातियों या फ्रेगमेंट में जोड़ो, और माइनॉरिटी का जो सिक्योर वोट बैंक है उसको जोड़ो, तो एक साथ मिला लो।
I think on this, I think you have made some very strong comments. I think I would like Akshay to respond to it. Akshay from Aam Aadmi Party must respond to it. Mr. Akshay, can you unmute yourself? Please respond.
I think this is the old tried and tested tactic of the Bharatiya Janata Party to reduce every conversation to Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai. But my question is whether you are a Hindu, Muslim, Sikh or Isai today in India, the questions remain the same. Why do we not have more jobs? You promised 2 crore jobs to every year for the last 10 years. You have been able to produce almost 5% or 10% of those jobs. And you are claiming that you have improved on the previous performance. What do we do? You are saying historically India did worse, now we are doing better. But how can you deny the fact that today there are 20% of people who live below the poverty line? How can you deny the fact that 80 crore people have to live off free ration from the BJP? And that is your model of development, that you are handing out free ration and you are saying we have solved all the problems. And now you're moving on to Hindu-Muslim issues. The people of India are tired of this kind of hateful politics. We want the government to focus on real issues. The whole world is moving forward, looking at AI, looking at technology, software, trying to find solutions to our workforce problems. But the BJP is such a primitive party that they are stuck in the past. All they care about is Aurangzeb, Mughal, this, as a young person in India, it frustrates me to see that. I want to see a positive aspirational ideology. I want to see an ideology that talks about how to empower every single person in this country, not one versus the other. The opposition parties have never talked about any religion getting primacy over the other. We have said every Indian is equal, every person deserves, equal rights in this country. But the BJP's model and their narrative is an effort to divide India, and we will make every effort to stop that.
Point taken. However, the trouble seems to be for the India Alliance that this narrative doesn't seem to be working. So let me go across to Bhanuchandra Nagarajan. Mr. Nagarajan, the opposition has been saying, the India Alliance has been saying, we need to focus on the real issues. There is massive inflation in the country. There is, skyrocketing unemployment in the country. And we are here to save India's democracy, India's constitution from what they describe as BJP's authoritarian policies. But the trouble for the India Alliance is that this narrative, no matter how many times they accuse the BJP of indulging in divisive politics and not focusing on real issues and doing Hindu-Muslim, fact of the matter is their narrative doesn't seem to be working. It is the BJP that, seems to not just have an edge, but seems to be in pole position yet again in a third consecutive election.
Yeah, first of all, kudos to you, Neha and Kartikeya. I just learned about the 1 crore sample size. Right now, I'm in Chamba, where the polls ended today, and to get to speak to 10 people is difficult. So 1 crore is a lot. So kudos to you. Second thing is, I think somebody should remind both the BJP spokesperson and the Aam Aadmi spokesperson that the elections are over, not just the campaign. The elections are over. They're still in campaign. But I think, see, all these discussions, all these arguments are put forward before the people, and they have made a choice. And I think the sample is what we see on the screen. So I don't think the India Alliance had any, did not project authority or authenticity for these messages to be carried to the people. While on the other hand, the BJP with its leadership and the whole campaign machinery and the organization were able to put forward what they wanted to the achievements of the government, the leadership, and so on and so forth. So I think they ran a wonderful campaign, and we have to give it to them. And obviously, the initial stitching of the alliance itself was a mess for the opposition.
Okay.
So